Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hey everyone. Hi Earth Angel. Hey Alex. Hey Ashley. Blooming Soul. Hello. Yes, we are just getting started. So to kick this thing off, we're going to do some free yes nos. I realize I have not seen you guys since last week on Wednesday. It has been a while. It's been almost a week, actually, now that I realize it. I was here on Saturday into Sunday as a advertisement, so you guys could get readings from me over the weekend. But as far as like a live stream, I was not here. Long story short, Brennan had dental surgery, and I've been helping him with that. And we've had a lot of like wedding stuff going on, and I was generally like just kind of experiencing a bit of burnout. And I thought while he was taking some time off, I would take some time off too. But we're back and better than ever. So I'm ready to get some readings done tonight. You guys are more than welcome to get your questions asked in the chat. Yes, nos today. I will be using the rods, and donations are open. Also, it's storming here, and you know how that goes where I live. It's hit or miss depending on if it's going to affect us. So if the power goes out or we get some glitches going or something, do apologize about that in advance. If for whatever reason it makes it so that I can't do readings tonight after you guys have donated, I will email them to you. So that should not be a problem. All right. We are going to start off with Amy. Actually, I'm not going to put any questions on the screen. It's just easier for me to just call your name out. All right, so for Amy, does Nick still think of me, including time to time? Amy, interesting. That was a little hesitant, but that is a no. Earth Angel, will Michael come forward? I am getting a little baby yes for you, Earth Angel. For Ashley, will my neighbor Sonia was looking at me today. Was she giving me the evil eye? Was she giving Ashley the evil eye? Ashley, I am getting a no, but there is some like negative energy there, but it's not the evil eye. Alex, does R want to end things? Alex, I'm getting a yes. Hey, James, thank you for the donation. You will be first on the list tonight. Firefly. Sorry, my rods need to recalibrate here. All right. Does Firefly magic stand out for the Aries against his other romantic options? Does Firefly stand out for the Aries against his other romantic options? Interesting. So Firefly magic, when the rods stay straight like this, it's inconclusive, meaning like yes or no. Like there's no real way to answer that. I feel like you are a bit in the lead, I will say. I'm getting that you're a little bit in the lead of other people, but you're pretty much matching for them. Like you're pretty much the same on the same level, but maybe with a little bit of a lead. I wouldn't say stand out. That's not the right word that I'm getting for you. So I would say just assume you're on the same level as the other romantic options, or maybe just a little bit in the lead. But yeah, I wouldn't say that you stand out. I feel like that might be the wrong terminology. Liz, I got your donation. Thank you. I'll add you to the list. Okay, no problem. Maybe he's not too sure. Thank you. You're welcome. We also got a donation from Soul, I believe. Blooming Soul. Did you donate? Hey, Ray, welcome in. Welcome in. We're still doing free readings right now for a few more minutes. I saw James had a question. Okay. James, will Patty reach out to James? Will Patty reach out to James? Wow, James, I gotta know. Oh my goodness. I actually felt that one. I felt the resistance on that question. Interesting. So we're doing free readings right now. They are yes or no questions I'm answering with the rods. It will be going for about 6 more minutes, and then we're moving on to donations. Amy, I saw your additional donation. Thank you. All right. This one is for Ray. This one is for Ray. Will Linnell back off since she got Jerry and Ross involved? Will Linnell back off since she got Jerry and Ross involved? It's looking like a no, Ray. That was more so like an inconclusive as well, which means like things could change, but because it ended in a no, I'm getting that nothing really much will be different. But maybe a little bit of yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to say that. I'm getting a no for the most part, Ray. I don't think he's really gonna change the course or anything like that. I think he's gonna stay his ground. Or they are gonna stay their ground, whoever this Linnell person is. I don't feel like they're backing down. Haley. This one is for Haley Ella. Will I get a job before the year ends? Wow, Haley, I got an immediate yes for you. About 4 minutes left of the free list, and we're moving on to donations. Donations are open. We currently have James, Liz, and Blooming Soul. Alexandra. Alexandra, did my neighbors sell on the cops yesterday? That looks like a yes for me, Alexandra. I am getting a yes. You're welcome, Alexandra. Haley, I think for yours I got an immediate yes. You might want to double check on that. All right, so we have 2 minutes left, so I think this is a good time for the people that are on my donation list to get their questions prepped and ready to go. James, let me know which love spread you want, who you want it on, and what your question is for your mini. One minute left of the free list. Linda, just in the nick of time. Is Z dangerous? Linda wants to know, is Z dangerous? Is Z dangerous? Should Linda be cautious of Z? Should Linda be cautious of Z? Linda, I'm getting that you should be cautious here. Dangerous might be a really strong word, but I am getting you should be cautious, yes. All right, y'all, free list has come to an end. You guys are more than welcome to donate for a yes, no if you still want a reading with me tonight. However, if you are new to me today, you've never had a reading with me before, and you just subscribed, I will still honor a free yes, no for you. We are going to move on to our donations. All right. Oh, Karen just snuck in there real quickly. Karen says, did my ex feel more sexual attraction than romantic feelings? Maybe a little bit, Karen, but I think the emotional feelings were pretty much neck and neck, I would say, with the sexual. Maybe a little bit more sexual than anything, but not a lot. Love reading option 2. All right, and this is for Patty, right, James? You're welcome, Karen. Love reading for Patty and James. You said option 2. All right, impressions. What are they showing and giving the connection? Huh. Interesting. So the 7 of Pentacles talks a lot about needing patience or having patience or feeling like you are just kind of waiting for the timing to be right. So this card suggests that maybe what she's showing is that she's kind of waiting for maybe the results of your efforts in this relationship. Maybe she's evaluating your feelings, what you've brought to the connection. And this almost feels like waiting for the time to be right. I feel as though this is like observation mode in a sense, is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like what she's showing you is that she's probably not making big moves. And I don't think she's necessarily waiting for you to make big moves either. I think she's just really trying to follow her intuition and determine when is the right time to make something happen between you guys. She's definitely in a contemplative, introspective state of mind where she's kind of running through her mind and combing through all of the different interactions that you guys have had and kind of replaying those in her head in a way to determine maybe what your intentions are or how she feels about these things, and is more in an analyzing place. Or maybe that's what she's showing you, is that she's definitely more in an observer type of, I guess, process. As far as her thoughts, I do feel like she's going through her intuition. I think she's saying to herself, I'll know when the time is right. I'll know when I'm ready for this or ready for that, or when I want to approach them. I'm not going to rush into this decision. And I feel like she's just relying on her deep emotional intuition and empathy. And so she's really much thinking to herself, like, I'm going to make the decision when I sincerely feel, or I'm going to take action when I sincerely feel like it's the right thing for me. As far as her feelings though, because those are the things she's thinking to herself is like, I'm gonna know when I'm gonna just know it. I'm gonna feel it. As far as her feelings for you, generally the Wheel of Fortune says that like she feels like you could be um a blessing in her life, like something that came to her for a reason. The Wheel of Fortune's like means that she feels lucky to know you. Maybe she feels like there is a soul tie here, or that you, I don't like using this word that often because I think it's silly, but um some people like really hold on to this like meant to be type of thing. They like really feel like this is meant to be or this is destined. And so maybe she's kind of having those feelings when it comes to you, like in that context. She may be feeling like a desire or like an impending TBD relationship or change in the relationship status. So the Wheel of Fortune a lot of times talks about like a turning point in the connection, and so maybe she's kind of feeling those things. Hey Rising, thank you so much. I'll add you to the list in just a minute, okay? All right, so in regards to her intentions, we have the High Priestess. Um, so again, she's keeping this information to herself. She's keeping it close to chest. I don't feel, because she's in observation mode, that she's in a place where she actually wants to act on these things right now. But the wheels are turning, right? Like she's kind of like got the gears going in her head, and she's drawing up certain conclusions. And I think the main thing is she's trying to think about, how does this make her feel? How does what you've done, your pursuits and your gestures, what has that done for her? How has that made her feel? And what does she want to do about that? I think that this card also suggests that these hidden intentions, um, from the outside, things may not look like what they are, because when you keep something very close to chest or you're very reserved about your plans, means you don't really let anybody in on them. So from the outside to you, this could mean that she's either like maybe not distancing herself, maybe she's not as interested as she actually is, because from the outside you're not perceiving that energy from her. This can also indicate like that she's deciding if she wants to explore this connection further with you. As far as if there are any outside influences or blocks, I am getting a no as far as like a block. But as far as an influence goes, you've really made an impression on her. And I do feel like how you play this will determine how quickly something happens between you guys. She's very much paying attention to all the little details right now. And so I think any interaction that you have with her that ends positively or is positive, whether it's a fun interaction or a comforting conversation or a compliment, I feel like anything that's positive is only going to help the relationship along and be an influence in the connection. The overall energy that I'm getting here, um, let's see. Two of Pentacles. I feel like you guys are both in this place of being extremely aware of one another and also very cautious. And you're both being very mindful of like the energy you're bringing to the connection and the effort you're putting in. And so there's a lot of balancing the heart and the head, because James, I think sometimes you, and I do believe her too, you guys get these like urges when it comes to one another to reach out or connect or say something, more, there's a lot of like silent devotion here between you guys. And I do feel like she also is having this battle between her heart and her head, because I think sometimes she just wants to say what she's thinking or feeling. And I think you do too, and both of you kind of not beat around the bush, because that almost sounds like negative, but like you guys just kind of like talk around the subject a lot, or like maybe not even talk around the subject, you just act around the subject. And so I feel like you guys, the general energy is just like you're very mindful of like what you're saying to her and what she's responding to that, and she's paying very much attention to what you're saying to her and like how much she should give to that in response. And so yeah, it's just like this battle of balance between you guys. um hmm. I feel like overall, the potential for this relationship and this reading here is positive, and maybe even positive changes. And I do feel like generally what these cards are trying to say is that you guys have a recognition of each other's efforts right now. And that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, James. Hopefully that resonates for you. We are going to move on to what does Patty and I's relationship look together for the rest of this year? Oh. What does the relationship together look like for the rest of the year? It's interesting. I'm hearing courage, so I don't know why. Oh, maybe it's like the strength energy of the sun, because the sun is Leo, just like the strength card is, maybe. Wheel of Fortune's kind of giving like divine timing. This can't be rushed, is like what I'm hearing. I do feel like this connection may be stressing you out a little bit, James, or maybe this situation is stressing you both out. Because it's like, I feel like you guys just want this to be so perfect. I feel like you can see it and she can see it, and you guys know like how good this can be together because of how much you appreciate and respect one another. And it's like, but why can't it happen? Like, that's what I hear you saying, like, or her saying, maybe it's both of you, but like I just hear like, why can't it happen? Like, I can see it so strongly, I can see it so clearly, like I know this can work. And this may be causing a little bit of stress for you both. I do feel like a strong foundation can be built here before the end of the year. The Four of Wands indicates taking the next step in the relationship. It talks about being like a milestone or achievement in your connection. A Wheel of Fortune's coming through again, which is crazy. Yeah, that's really interesting. You have the Wheel of Fortune here twice. This could also indicate, because like when I look at the wheel, I think of it almost like manifestation. So like the positives are here and the lows are here. And some people think like we always have to be happy all the time. That's not the case, because we have highs and we have lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. And so this may suggest that there may be ups and downs within the connection. But these changes are natural, and it's actually beneficial to your relationship. So I don't want you to hold on too tightly to stability for this year. Maybe next year, 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. I'm getting more stability for next year, honestly, just generally as a whole. I think this year is like an odd number. It's a good number. It's a like positive movement forward number. It means that like a lot of like significant things are supposed to happen this year, but I just feel almost like that stability you're looking for isn't quite going to happen. But doesn't mean there's not going to be a milestone. It doesn't mean, and a milestone for your connection might be a date. You know, like if you guys haven't gone on a date before, it might be a date. If you have gone on a date before, it might be communicating like what the next steps are for your relationship. Like it doesn't have to be this like monumental thing, but regardless, I do see you guys having a turning point here. This before the end of the year, something big happens that feels like progress, that feels like you're moving ahead. A lot of fun and happiness and lightheartedness and laughter within the connection here for the rest of the year with the Sun card. This could also be talking about deeper subjects regarding your upbringing and your adolescent years and what makes you who you are. So maybe getting to know one another a little bit better. I do feel like there is some indication of planning for the future within your connection here, maybe making important decisions together about the direction of the relationship. I do feel like while there may still be some worries, generally speaking, these are all very positive, happy, bright, sunny cards. And so I feel like, generally speaking, this is a positive reading. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, James. Thank you for your donation. Next up, we have Amy. Amy, if you're here, I'm ready for you. And we are going. I'm back, sorry. What I was trying to say is we are going to update the donation list, is what I was trying to say. Okay, so Amy, are we doing too many readings? And what else? What are we doing for you? Just so I know how to break this up for you. Blooming Soul, if you want to get your question ready to go or questions ready to go, you're more than welcome to post that now if you like. Okay, got you, Amy. So we're doing too many readings and then 3 message cards. Okay, I think I understand now. I got you. Oh, 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Okie dokie. shuffle is pretty bad. All right. Hesitant, no. Okay. Update on Nick regarding Amy, please. Update on Nick regarding Amy. Okay, so the one thing that's jumping out at me like pretty strongly, kind of looking at this area and then like the last card, I'm getting like the Three of Pentacles, that I think there is this like subconscious missing you on a like companion level. Like I don't know if that's necessarily romantic over here, but it does make me feel like he is like wishing he had you to talk to, wishing he could tell you like about his day, or when something good happens, or an inside joke, or send you a TikTok that he thinks is funny. Like there's the companionship level that I think you guys had going, and he feels like that's kind of like not there anymore. And he does feel like you guys saw eye to eye quite a bit on a lot of things. Like maybe he felt like there were like parallels within your stories, like your life may have been very similar, or maybe he felt like he felt like he saw something in you that was like relatable to him. So maybe there were some factors where he's like, wow, like this thing that happened to me also happened to her, and like that feels like something that brings about this sense of comfort, I guess. And I do feel like he really enjoyed like being in your company and things along those lines. I feel like there are parts of him that, even though he felt like you guys were on the same page, that not everything was. And maybe with this card, it's like currently right now when he thinks about you, he's thinking about what's important to him and what's important to have in a relationship. I do feel like there was a sense of emotional satisfaction when it came to you, that I do feel like he senses is still there, or that he's acknowledging. Like essentially you brought good vibes, you know, like for lack of better terminology, you brought fun, good energy around and into his life. I do feel like he's thinking about like his future and making active plans, like as far as like what his next steps are going to be. So, you know, for a while there, it felt like he was kind of stuck a little bit in his confusion, right? Because I think for a little while, if I'm not mistaken, he was like, I need to get my. Oh, that's what it was. He said, I need to get my shit sorted. Thank you, Spirit. Like, he was like, I need to get my stuff worked out. And I do feel like he's had some time to kind of process and think. And so, with that, he's thinking very logically and like methodically about like what his next steps are, as far as like what he personally wants for his life. So this could be just like taking action steps, the guided steps or call to action that he's been thinking he needs to be doing for a while now. Yeah, it feels like there are still those feelings there, Amy. I mean, this energy is coming up in the reading. So I don't feel like he's looking back on it going, I don't feel that way anymore. I think he does think about that. Um, but again, I feel as though like with the rod saying a hesitant no, it makes me feel like he intentionally avoids the topic of you to himself. You might like pop in his head like while he's making himself a drink or while he's taking a shower or while he's driving to a place that he's going, you might pop in there, but then he immediately will shut that down. Like when you come in, it's probably like 30 seconds of thought. It's probably like, oh, Amy, that's right. I had a connection with her. It felt good. It was nice. It was positive, but I can't think about that right now. And then he like moves on. So I feel like it's a very intentional, like, I'm not thinking of you kind of way. You know how brains work, how thoughts work. It's greener where you water it. So if he's giving energy towards that, of course he's going to be thinking about you. And if he's not, then he's not. But it doesn't mean you don't cross his mind. And that's why that phrase exists, because you do cross his mind, but he doesn't sit there and actively think about you. You know what I mean? There's a difference there. And I feel like that's important to be said. Um, let's see. There is like a minimal amount of guilt associated with when he does think about you, and that could be why he doesn't. I think we kind of touched on this before, because he would rather like not dwell in his feelings about maybe how he should have done things differently. I do feel like I do feel like he still stands by, I made the best decision I could in that moment to kind of break things off the way that I did. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't still feel bad, and it doesn't mean that he doesn't worry like if you hate him or not. So he thinks about that occasionally, and that could be why he doesn't want to go down that road mentally. So yeah, Amy, that is what I've got for you there, but let's go ahead and pull some message cards for you and Nick. Hi SK, welcome in. Amy, I'm also feeling like some tightness in my chest, which can come from like anxiety or panic moments. So I feel like there is that guilt there that's still seated within him. After Amy, we have Blooming Soul. Blooming Soul donated for what I believe to be a buy one get one reading. So Blooming Soul, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. Message cards from Nick to Amy, please. Message cards from Nick to Amy. I am waiting patiently. I feel as though with that, this could be the sign you're looking for him to come back around. Because when you're waiting patiently for something, it means you haven't fully cut something off in your head and you're just waiting for the right time. He says, I feel you leaving me behind. I do feel like this is more of a fear than how he actually thinks. I think that he is worried that you're making other connections, but he doesn't know for sure what's going on there. Whoa. So do you want me to just add on to this reading? Oh, okay, with 5 message cards. He says, I know that I crossed the line with you. So I do feel like for him to say that, that's more like, I didn't do right by you. I think that's kind of what he's trying to say there. We have, I compare others to you. So, interestingly enough, I'm hearing him say, I'm not really dating, but I do feel like he's saying, you know what, regardless though, like it's only natural to like, you know, give attention to other people in a way that's like, if you see them, you check them out, you're like, oh, they're attractive, da 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 da. And I feel like for him, he is making that comparison for you. He's saying, I replay your conversations over and over. So he could be actually like romanticizing your interactions, maybe. I don't know if you know this, but there's like that phenomenon that you experience a moment, and then the second you remember that moment, it's like a game of telephone, because you experience it and then you initially remember it, and already when you're remembering that moment you had, it starts to get distorted. And the more and more and more you think on that memory, you're not really remembering the initial interaction. You're remembering the memory of the memory of the memory of the memory of the initial action. And then it kind of becomes like this game of telephone where things start to become distorted, and you start to like play it up in your head, like how you wanted it to be or how you thought that it was, and you're more so remembering the memory versus like the actual thing that happened. And so for him, that's what he's doing, is he's remembering or replaying things over and over and over. Maybe even like rereading messages if you guys communicated it, like text or whatever. And I feel like for him, it's like it does bring a sense of like romance. So when he's remembering the memory, when you cross his mind, it like becomes more skewed, I think, in a more like romanticized way. Let's see, a couple more cards here. Oh, okay. So we have, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. I will wait for a sign from you. So he definitely is waiting. He definitely is waiting. And maybe not necessarily for a sign from you, but he's just waiting for a sign, period. One last card for Amy, please. I wish we could go back. At the bottom of the deck, we have so many things remind me of you. I feel like his sense of like he felt like he could be himself with you, but at the same time, he only let you get but so close to him. Blooming Soul, are you in here? Blooming Soul, we are ready for you. Oh, hey, girl. Hey. So are we doing for you, Blooming Soul? We're doing the BOGO, right? Amy, I think so. Yeah, I do. You're welcome. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Amy. I'm happy to be here. What is going to happen? Actually, my phone is about to die, guys. I need to go get my charger. I'd like to know what's going to happen with me and my partner, Jordan, who left back home. They're on a break. What's going to happen between Blooming Soul and her partner? interesting. You said we're on a break, and this card means lack of activity or restricted options. I am going to go grab my phone charger really quickly, and I'll be right back. My phone's about to die. Sorry, guys. All right, guys, I am back. Sorry about that. Okay. Also, like, how are we doing visually? Does my screen look like it's blurring at all? So I am sensing a hesitation in future plans. It kind of shows that you guys are at like this standstill or like this fork in the road with uncertainty about the direction of your relationship. Also, with that card in reverse, it just shows to me that like you both wanted to find compromise, you both wanted to find ways to make this work, but you kind of felt like these were failed attempts. Let's see. I do feel like either you or your partner or you both are being proactive, I guess, about the situation because maybe you're seeing and saying to yourself, like, oh my God, this is so crazy. My legs just got freezing cold. That is so weird. That is such a weird sensation to have during a reading. They're still cold, like my thighs. That is so bizarre. It's kind of making me feel like, regardless of what's happening, you guys are doing what you both think is best, or something along those lines. Where like you are trying to feel confident about your decision. Do you feel like this was do you feel like this was your decision or his, or you guys both got to the point where you just had to come to terms as like an agreement? Because I feel like someone is feeling very not confident here about the break, but feeling like it's something that just had to happen because you guys weren't able to see your way out of it right now. But at the same time, you guys don't really want to like sever the connection either. So do you feel like it was an agreement between you both? It was more my decision, but yes, we both decided it was best. We believe it was bigger than us. That's actually making a lot of sense here. Because you're both feeling like it's regretful. It's not necessarily what I want to happen, but we feel like maybe it is for the best. Um, I feel like there is hope for the connection. It's next to the Five of Swords, but it's almost like you guys have to take a step back. I know that you said that you feel like it's bigger than the both of you, which I totally get and respect that and support that understanding and perspective. I also too feel that a little bit of time away, there's like a cliche or like an expression or phrase where it's just like a little time away helps you gain that perspective that maybe it's not necessarily as difficult or the obstacles aren't as heavy or hard to get through once you get that time apart. Because you will feel like your fondness for them. You will feel either that you love them more, and it doesn't matter if whatever challenges you guys have, you're willing to see them through, or the distance will tell you, like, I'm feeling relief now, or I'm feeling sad, but I don't regret my decision, or I feel now that I have this space, I'm able to move on and find something else that's working better for me. I do feel like that distance and that separation is going to give you that perspective you're looking for. But Spirit is saying that there is hope for this connection. There is the ability to heal. There is a chance for renewal for this connection. But what's really important is that there has to be a lot more giving. There's a lot more like, this is how I think it should be, but you have to think of it from like a perspective of like, this is what I'm willing to do. This is maybe like dropping certain battles or certain things that you feel aren't working. If you feel, you're welcome, if you feel like more strongly about this connection, then I would say maybe, no, sorry, if you feel more strongly about a certain problem that you have, I feel like it's important that he gives into that and allows you to be the person that gets what they want, because it's very important to you and it's hitting you on a more emotional and deeper level. But if there's a subject that really you guys are butting heads on that you can look at objectively and say this means more to him, I really need to make sure that like I give into this situation, because that is the way that I can compromise. That's important. Spirit is saying like needing to let go of certain things. If you feel like you guys have hit a wall, you've hit a standstill, nothing is ever going to change, and there's no way that you can give in to what he needs or he can give in to what you need, you guys are just completely two different people, that distance is going to give you that perspective that you're looking for. Regardless, I do feel like this is signifying a journey or a transition to a calmer, more peaceful place, moving away from difficulties or challenges. Either way, however this turns out, I do feel like there's hope. I want to be very clear about that. I do feel like you guys can work through this, even though there's a period of uncertainty or maybe conflicts. There is still the ability to progress. if you navigate through these challenges as like a team, that's like, I'm not going to stop until we both can be together, or we both can have what we want out of the situation. But it does require him to bring that same passion and willingness and energy to the relationship for you both to feel heard and for you both to feel like this is the best outcome for you both. So I think it's right now is a good time to kind of just reflect. But I foresee at a minimum another conversation happening where you guys are discussing your feelings and concerns to work towards a resolution if there is one, because I don't feel like either of you are ready to let this connection go. Blooming Soul, did you have anything you needed clarified for that reading? I can pull a couple cards for you if you'd like. I have some oracle. If you need anything clarified, let me know. But if you feel good about that reading, then we can move on to your next question. After Blooming Soul, we have Rising. All right, awesome. Glad to hear that, Blooming. Whenever you're ready, you can post your next question. Okay, so Blooming, when I tap into this for you, are you looking for like for you and you yourself alone? Are you looking for just anything that Spirit has to say or advise on in general? Or are you looking specifically for information regarding or messages regarding your relationship? All right, let's take a look here. Messages from Spirit regarding Blooming Soul, please. Interesting, we have Venus coming out underneath the, oh my god, I literally just blanked. Pink quartz. I keep wanting to say rose gold. I don't know why. Like, that's obviously not rose gold. That is a crystal. But my name is, I mean, I'm drawing a blank here on that crystal. I'm so confused. That is so crazy. But it feels very like loving. Rose quartz. That's what I'm thinking. Rose quartz. That's what I was trying to say. And that's why the name Rose was coming through in my mind. Interesting. Okay, we have Venus, water, house 4, house 6, and Libra energy. So what this is telling me right now is that when it comes to your home, when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your love, when it comes to your family, you are looking for peace. You are looking for balance. You are looking for comfort. You are following your intuition here when it comes to the decisions that you make. Generally, you just want a good life. Blooming Soul, something tells me you're okay with a simple life. You don't need a lavish lifestyle. You just want to feel at peace in your heart, and you want to feel peace in your life and in your relationship. You want to feel good. You want to feel stable. You want to feel balanced. And so these messages here are just like, that's good. Stand your ground when it comes to that. Do not settle, is essentially what I'm hearing. I feel like it's important for you to, I don't know, something is telling me that you're just so considerate and you're so fair, and you just want things to just be harmonized. You just want things to be in alignment, and like that's what you're looking for. You don't want complicated. Something interesting that I heard the other day is that God isn't confusion. So, God, if you're confused about something in your life and you're not sure what to do, that's not God helping you with that situation. I can't remember like the specific phrasing, but they were basically like, God does not bring you confusion, God brings you clarity. So, if there's a situation in your love life or in your personal life when it comes to your career, anything that you've ever been sure or certain about, that's God helping you with that. That's divine guidance. And if you felt confusion about a situation, that's not for you. That's, do you know what I mean? So it's very, that's something that's like really stood out to me very strongly, is just because like there's been so many times where I've been confused and I've just wanted to know, or I've wanted to understand. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if I had known that, if I had known or equated divine guidance to clarity and not confusion, I would have made so much better choices in my life. And so I do feel like it's just really important to kind of remember that in regards to, let's see. I definitely feel like defending your beliefs is a big thing. I think it's important for you to know that, oh, this is an interesting message. They're saying that most of the battles that you will have and face from here on out, you've already overcome. So it makes me feel as though you don't have, it's almost like you spent the first part of your life overcoming battles and adversity and a heartbreak, maybe even in other situations. And Spirit is saying, like, most of your battles you've already fought. That's an interesting message. So I guess Spirit is saying, like, take peace in understanding and knowing that you fought really hard to get to where you are, and that you're not going to have to face that many obstacles moving forward. Now, it is life, so it's not to say things aren't going to happen, but Spirit is saying, like, your big character, life defining moments, those hurdles and obstacles you have overcome already. Spirit is saying it's important for you to continue to work towards that you're looking for, that financial stability, that romantic security, the like simple life success that you're looking for. Spirit is saying, like, keep your eye on those goals that you have with confidence. Spirit, or the universe, I guess, or spirit is saying, approach situations with empathy and understanding as you always do. You're a very pure heart and you allow your emotions to guide you in a very balanced way. I'm interested to know if you have a lot of Libra in your chart, or like if there's a Libra placement in maybe your moon, or where you process your feelings or emotions on certain subjects, like in your house 4, maybe your house 6, or your Venus. Because it's just like this general, like, I want to do what's right and fair to others, and I would hope that they would do the same to me. You are being encouraged to embrace your curiosity and be open to fresh experiences and ideas. And you're going through a time to remind you to cherish your past experience and connection that is bringing you guidance and comfort in the present. Know that you have been through your hardest times, and life will still happen. There will still be hurdles, but they're not going to be these big battles that you have to continue to fight from here on out. So that is what I have for you, Blooming. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Oh, Jordan is a Libra. You don't have any air. Oh, good. I'm glad that it's resonating for you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Blooming, for your donations tonight. We are going to move on to Rising Storm Tarot. Rising Storm, if you're in here, if you want to check in with me. Thank you, Blooming. I really needed to hear that today. I really needed to hear that. My life is so good and I am so blessed, but sometimes I'm just like, we all have those days, and I'm welcome all the blessings you want to send this way. Let's just put it that way. Thank you so much. Rising is here. Perfect. All right, let me pull up your question. Oh, thank you, Rising. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, so you're doing a 10 card. Let's see. You're welcome. Interesting. So I feel like you definitely inspire him. Like I'm getting like this like inspiration, this excitement. Like when he thinks about you, he gets pretty fired up and he looks forward to like I don't know, you like make him excited about all the possibilities. You know, like when someone's feeling uncertain in a relationship, that can feel a little daunting. But when someone feels uncertain about the potential of a new connection, that's excitement and that's inspiring and that makes you feel hopeful for what could come or what the potential could be. So I do feel like he feels excited about that. I do feel like he's reevaluating his feelings and maybe the role that you play in his life or the role that he plays in your life. So he could be looking at the connection with like a magnifying glass. I almost said microscope, maybe microscope, but regardless, he's like looking at this pretty deeply. I do feel like there is still a sense of regret when it comes to you. So he could still be kind of harping on this. Time heals all wounds, or so they say. I do feel like for him, he doesn't feel as bad about the interactions just because he's been able to put some time in between it and kind of like pretend like that was like a fever dream for him. But there is still a sense of regret here. Um, and I feel like honestly, sometimes the fact that like nothing's really happened between you guys, I do feel like that gets to him for sure. Oh, let's see. I feel like he's saying here with the world and the four wands, like swans. Why did I say swans? That's so weird. I feel like with the world and the four of wands, he's saying like I'm not gonna feel right or fulfilled or like I've accomplished my goals or succeeded until I can get to that next step with her, until I can get to that milestone or take things to the next level or whatever. Like I feel like he's still feeling a little bit not like a failure, but kind of in a sense of like he feels like he's not going to feel like he's made like I don't know, maybe he made a promise to himself like I'm going to get to know that girl and he hasn't done that, so he keeps maybe letting himself down. Letting himself down is kind of what I'm hearing. It's not quite failure, but it just makes me feel like he's saying like I'm not going to feel good about this until I can get to that point that I've been saying that I'm going to get with her, or until I can have this conversation like, you know, like essentially he's made a deal with himself that he's going to do something to help this connection or serve as a benefit to this connection. And he hasn't done it yet. And so he feels like he's letting himself down every single time that happens. I do feel like he feels enthusiastic about you, curious, excited about what's to come. But he does worry about this a lot. I think that sometimes he just kind of chickens out and that just happens, I guess. Um, I don't really feel like he has fears regarding your relationship, but I feel like he does worry about how you will receive him and also what that will mean for him as far as like a connection with you. How will that affect other areas of his life? I do feel like he looks at you as a source of possibilities. Like he looks at you as like a hope for what could be in some way, like an energetic level. I do think you've helped him get through his hard times and his troubles. And, you know, um, maybe it's a little delusional, but he does feel like to some extent that you assisted him in finding his voice, and really like gathering up the nerve to do certain things in his life. And it's kind of like I'm almost okay. I don't want you to take this the wrong way because this is not what I mean, but I'm trying to give an example. So, you know, like when you break up with someone and you get with someone right after that, like maybe within a month or two, you meet someone new, and people always refer to that person as a rebound. But what really that person is serving as is like when you break up with someone, a lot of times you can't see past that. You can't ever imagine yourself with someone new. You can't imagine yourself dating someone else. Like your whole world has come to an end, and you think that's just absolutely crazy. And then, however much time later, you meet someone new, and they prove to you that this wasn't the end all be all, that there is hope here, that there is a possibility for something real with someone else in the future. And yeah, they may serve as a rebound in that moment, but what they're doing is teaching a lesson that this isn't the end of the road, that you can have strong feelings or a crush again or butterflies again. You can have those feelings. And so I feel like that's what you do. You're not a rebound, but you serve as a reminder for him that there's other things out there, that there's other people out there, that there's other options out there. And I do feel like that has helped him through this process with, you know who I'm talking about, to kind of gather up the nerve to make better decisions for his life moving forward. So I feel like you have given him like that confidence and that ability to you kind of like a symbolic like representation of, you know, hope for him, of like what else could be out there for him, what else could, you know. And I do feel like he looks at you as like one of those people that he wants to get to know more. But at a minimum, you've really helped like his soulful journey, and I think that's an honor, honestly. So I do feel like he looks at you as someone nurturing and stable. I feel like he continues to go back and says like she has a good head on her shoulders, and I can just tell like you can rely on her, you can depend on her, like she's caring, and like when I'm in her presence I can tell that she's very in tune with like other people, and maybe he's thinking she's very empathetic, you know, and maybe he feels like you read him pretty well, and in a way that's comforting because he knows that right now he's not communicating with you, and so that makes him feel good, that he feels like you can read him so well. I do feel like he has a complex mix of emotions regarding this with you. It's not very gray or very black and white, it's very gray. There are, you know, some concerns, some regrets, but also hope and optimism. I do feel like what I would love to see is you guys come together in communication to have a better understanding of each other's feelings in order for you guys to navigate forward. I feel like that's pretty essential, honestly, is making like a three-dimensional connection and conversation. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Rising. Thank you for your donation. All right, so guys, donations are open. You will be next. You're welcome, Rising. Thank you so much for coming in. It was nice seeing you. I am here ready to take some more donations if anyone would like to get a reading with me. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and throw a last call up on the screen. I'm hoping I can make tomorrow a longer day so that I can be here for longer or come back for a couple of live streams, maybe more than one, just because I haven't been here and I feel like I would love to be here a little bit longer. Let's see. All right, so donations are open. You will be next. I did not have a wait. I just got through my whole list. I have thrown up a last call on the screen because I just don't want to, I guess, I don't know. I think, I don't even know what I'm saying. I think it's coming near to the end of the line, so I think it's important that I just throw the last call on now. And you guys can let me know if we're doing any more readings tonight. And I'll give it probably like 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and sign off. And then I will see you guys tomorrow for sure. Just a little reminder, I do offer private readings, so if you guys are interested in that, that is also an option, and I'm going to throw a little commercial on the screen so you guys know how to do that. I am so excited to announce that you can now book a private reading with me all on your own. Just go to my calendar, see what dates and times I have available, send over your payment at Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, and you will receive a confirmation email from me with your official appointment. Looking forward to doing readings for y'all. All right, so we have about 1 more minute or so, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night, but I will be back tomorrow. Hey, Rising. Oh, you're going to donate again? Okay, let's do it. Got it. Thank you, Rising. You're such a sweetheart. Let's see what your question is. All right, let's take a look for you. We've got another 10 card for you. You're welcome. Girl, I feel like I'm getting a yes here for you that he is avoiding, yeah, he is avoiding this person in regards to that specifically. But I'm going to keep pulling here. Bear with me for a second. Okay, so I do feel like he is definitely avoiding this situation. The Seven of Swords literally means like elusive, avoiding, not being completely straightforward or honest. We also have the like collaborate but on a friendship or platonic level, so I feel like this is like signifying friendship. And then we also have the Temperance card, which means that he's not giving in very easily. Temperance means you're tempering yourself, you're not giving into temptation, you are making wise and smart choices. The Three of Swords kind of makes me feel like, I don't know, like someone's upset about someone's upset about this. I do feel like he is having feelings, about this that he is generally keeping to himself. But I do feel like, I don't know, man. What is this? I feel like almost like Mike is trying to be as nice about this as possible. Like, oh, okay. So what she's saying, or what she, oh, where that's weird. You might have a feminine spirit guide, because I was like, what she's saying, that's so weird. When that shit happens, I don't know why. So I'm getting like feminine energy coming in, and she's saying that he is avoiding the topic with her. He is avoiding it, but he's giving excuses. He's not actually telling her outright why he's saying no. So it could just be like, oh yeah, I got a headache today, I'm not feeling very good, or oh man, I've like got a stomach ache, or oh dang, like, I gotta work. I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I feel like almost like there's this level of dishonesty when it comes to her, is that he is avoiding it, but he is not being honest with her straightforward as to why he's avoiding the situation, which is an interesting message. um I feel like he's almost communicating this with other people as well. Like, I don't know how to approach this, like give me advice. Like, maybe he's talking to his friends. I do feel like maybe he's just trying to find a good balance between his connection with her and his maybe like co-parenting collaboration situation, but also like distance himself in the way of when it comes to sleeping together. I do feel like there's unresolved emotional challenges here in this romantic connection for him, but I feel like more so than anything, she's the one being left disappointed. I do feel like he's looking for something new when it comes to that. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Yeah, because like for here, I'm kind of getting that with the Page of Wands that this might imply that he's looking for something new and different. And maybe like she's just not cutting it anymore. He's kind of saying to himself, like, I'm just kind of over this, like this game and dance that we've played. But yeah, I definitely feel like he's not being straightforward with her as to why he's declining her. He's kind of beating around the bush about it. I do feel like he's reevaluating his past choices and considering like what have I done. Maybe he's also thinking to himself that when I said yes before, this was the consequence for that. Like this, I did this thing and this is what happened, and I don't want that thing to happen. So I can't do this thing, you know? So I feel like almost like he's trying to like not go back to that, I guess, that cycle, because when he would say yes and he'd open up that invitation to be intimate, then that would lead to a situation that he does not want to continue. So he's feeling almost like this is like a door he is having to close. I do feel like he's focused on personal growth rather than his romantic life right now. We have the Eight of Pentacles and building maybe a stable future for himself. Um, no, yeah, Ten of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like his objectives, his goals, his focus is elsewhere. I do feel like with the Six of Swords ending this reading next to the Queen of Wands, it's making me feel like he's just trying to be more logical about things and saying, hey, before when I did this thing, this is what would happen. I don't want that thing to happen, so I can't do this other thing. It's almost like he's noticing cause and effect, or like decisions and consequences, actions and consequences. And I feel like for him, he's just looking for something easier moving forward. So, generally speaking, I do feel, yes, that he is avoiding this with her for sure. Rising, did you donate again? Thank you. All right, well, let me know. Oh, wait, I think you probably already gave me your question. Okay, got it. I see it now. You're welcome. All right. This is some tea, Rising. I just saw your question. That is some tea right there. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's see. There's the Seven of Cups. Five of Swords and the Ace of Cups together makes me feel like she's trying to battle you for this person. That is crazy. All right, Rising, give me a second while I try to navigate through this here. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. This is so crazy to me. She looked at me yesterday too. I just smiled. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh god. I'm getting the sense that she's like, I will literally fight you. I will literally fight you for him. And I don't necessarily think it's like I'm gonna physically hurt you kind of thing, but it's more like I'm willing to win this at all costs. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, even if I have to screw you over, even if I have to make lies about you, no matter what. Oh shit, that's actually kind of crazy because she kind of did. She kind of did like try to make you look bad to him. That's interesting. So I feel like for her, she's like, I'm willing to win at all costs. It does not matter. I do feel like she feels like you guys have more in common, and this really affects her. She does feel like you have more to offer her than, or more to offer him than she does, but she still like got her grip in him. She still has like those nails clawed in. Um, I do feel like sometimes the feelings for you shifts and changes depending on his mood. Ooh, spirit, that's interesting. So if they're on really good terms, she doesn't give a shit about you. If they're not on good terms, she really like it bothers her. It really bothers her. So like you are the subject that like shifts and changes for her by circumstances that are beyond her control. That is crazy. That is crazy tea right there. Let's see. Yeah, not not surprised by her lying. I do feel like she has mixed or unclear feelings for you. I think she's concerned about your motive. She's concerned about like what you're actually doing right now as far as like when it comes to him, because she's not seeing active pursuits, but there's this underlying intuition where she's going, okay, she's not actively pursuing him, but she is doing something. Like, so she does feel you around in that energy. And I think that she gets a little bit unclear about what exactly your game plan is here. She is taking the time to reflect on her feelings towards you. Um, but again, that shifts back and forth depending on what is going on. You know, what I said, like, because I had said that her feelings for you are influenced by circumstances beyond her control. So I feel like the feelings for you do change depending on how he is acting towards her. Hey, Paula, welcome in. I am getting that she's experiencing emotional distress related to the connection with you. This is affecting her much deeper than she probably would care to admit. So I do feel like you kind of have her shaking in her boots a little bit. I feel like part of her like wants to just be okay with you. I don't think she necessarily like likes you or wants to like you, but I do feel like she wants to feel indifferent about you. I feel like she doesn't want to feel bothered by you. And she really is trying to feel that way, but I do feel like she feels like you're gonna make her lose something that she wants. Like, you are considered a threat to her. Oh, yeah, I do feel like, yeah, I feel like she's grappling with like mixed emotions when it comes to you. I think also this is reminding her, like the situation with you is reminding her of another situation she's been in before. So this could also be like extra triggering as well. This is interesting. Yes, Paula, you can make a donation. Absolutely. I love that I just got some tea from Spirit. That's awesome. I actually was like, what are we going to find out today? But that is actually really interesting that her feelings for you, like whether she's bothered by you or not, whether you affect her or not, depends on how he is acting towards her. Interesting. Very interesting. I liked that one. Yeah, so basically she uses him as like her stability. And when they feel good, she feels good, and otherwise you feel like a threat. You feel like a threat. Paula, I am ready for you. You're welcome, Rising. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. All right, it is looking like a yes for me, Paula, but I do want to dig deeper into this reading. So I'm going to keep going. So I hear Paula, I hear him saying like, you got to be patient with me. You really got to be patient with me. I know you, we've been through a lot. I know that I've caused you to be uncertain or be unsure, or maybe I haven't given you exactly what you're looking for. Bye, Rising. But you got to be patient with me. Like, you know, this is all really big for me. This may come easier to you. What you don't realize is things come so much easier to you than it does to me. So I feel like he's saying like, you know, you both are different. You both handle things differently. And he's kind of in this place where he's just like, you got to be patient with me, please. Like, give me some time. Let's see here. Let's see. I do like that I'm seeing the Two of Cups here because it shows that he is, or I assume it's a he. If I'm wrong, forgive me, but he's feeling like there is still like a lot of really good feelings here when it comes to you. As far as like romantic feelings, they are still there. Oh man, so I just realized we also have the Seven of Pentacles, which also means like have patience with me, babe. Have patience with me. Um, so yeah, it almost feels like he kind of views you as someone who's like a lot more, I guess, progressed, maybe like in your feelings or just generally as a person, you're a lot more mature, you can handle things easier than he can. And I do feel like he's sitting here saying, I want to catch up with you. Like, I do want to be where you are, but I'm just not there yet. You've got to give me some time. Um, let's see. I do feel like he has the potential to achieve what it is you're looking for, to make those significant changes in his life. I feel like that potential is here. Oh, hey, I speak, girl. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm here. Hi, how are you? So if you want to know, like, will he make the positive changes? Does he have the potential to do this? I am getting a yes. The Two of Cups is a positive sign for your relationship, indicating a strong emotional bond and maybe even like a soulmate type of high level soul connection. Um, I do feel like here with the Temperance card that it suggests that he will be willing to work on achieving what it is you want in this connection. If you're looking for harmony or understanding or commitment or whatever, it's like he's here saying like, I'm willing to work on this. Again, he's just saying, gotta give me time, babe. You gotta give me time. He is open to making romantic gestures and expressing his feelings. He just doesn't feel like he's as equipped to do that right now. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he's very confident in himself or as advanced as he is desiring to be. So he just looks at you and says, this stuff comes so much easier to you. This comes so much more naturally to you than it does to me. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to try. I do feel like he's willing and will be willing, if he's not yet, to engage with you in open and honest conversations to address any concerns for the relationship or maybe even the goals that you guys have set together. I do feel like he's evaluating himself and deciding what changes need to happen. Again, he's kind of saying, I'm willing to make positive changes and positive strides, but I don't want her to try to change who I am. Because it's almost like he's very concerned about losing his own identity. He still wants to feel like he's still who he is, but he does look at you as someone who is making him better and making him think of things in a better way. And so I think for him, he's just like, I don't want to lose myself too much or lose my identity in this connection, but I do want to like make her proud. I do want her to know I'm open to change, but as long as it doesn't change who I am authentically, then that's fine. So he's trying to, I guess, find that balance, but I feel like he is determined to work on this, willing to show you that he wants to make improvements in this connection and that he is thinking about the next action steps towards these changes. Yeah, I just feel like he's saying, like, I am close. I'm just maybe not necessarily where you are. So, Paula, that is what I have for you. Let me know if you have any questions about that. I speak. I just saw you donated, girl. Hello and welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great night. Lorraine, I'm actually ready for you now if you want to post your question. Paula, thank you so much for your donation. Aw, love you, Paula. We really appreciate you over here. Thank you for stopping by. You're doing good? All right, let's see. Good. Glad to hear it. I'm doing good too. I just am gonna speak positively, and I'm just gonna say things are going really well. I'm blessed. The challenges or struggles that I have right now only mean that I have good things in my life. And like I know that it'll be fine and everything is going to come together just well. And yeah, also some other good things. I have had the last couple of days, I guess you could say, off of work, which has been nice to just kind of take it easy. Just getting back into the groove of things. Oh, Paula, thank you. I'm so glad that you resonate with my energy. That makes me feel good. All right, I speak. Are we doing a 10 card reading for you, or are we doing 2 minis? Being positive is important. I hope that if you're going through any challenge, that things get better for you. I'm sure that they will. I'm sure that they will. I don't even know if it's challenges. I feel like that's kind of a really strong word. It's more like pressure and a little bit of stress. And I'm just trying to think to myself that even though it's stress, it's good things to be stressed about. And I'm just trying to like think of it in that way. All right, 10 card for I speak. What does Spirit want Lorraine to know right now, please? Well, we're going to throw these back in here. 1 card at a time, please. Of course, they're giving me multiple cards. Hold on, maybe it's just not shuffled enough. What does Spirit want I speak to know? Oh, interesting, interesting. They're saying that you feel, you're feeling like a newfound sense of freedom, but there's like a disappointment attached to that freedom that you don't, I don't know, because freedom usually means a good thing. Freedom usually, new beginnings, freedom, things like that usually means something good. People usually are excited about that. That's usually comes with like a positive energy signature, freedom, liberation. But it's almost like you're viewing this new beginning or this liberation as something that doesn't feel very good or isn't ideal or isn't necessarily the plan that you wanted to have. Or I don't know, it's interesting. It's like almost like the newness or the freedom brings a sense of nostalgia, like, or a longing for something, which is interesting. Let's see. Ow, god dang it. I just rocked my knee on the corner of this desk. God damn it. Jeez, that hurt. Okay, let's see. Do you feel a sense of like sadness or regret when it comes to thinking of starting over? I'm okay. I mean, it still hurts, don't get me wrong, but I'm okay. Maybe a little regret. Okay. Oh, you cut off a friend. Interesting. So the energy of these two cards together is kind of giving Six of Swords, which is like a regretful but necessary action that you have taken. So it may suck and it may not be ideal, or it may not be exactly what you wanted or what you were looking for, but it was necessary, or it was like a rite of passage or something that like needed to happen. So maybe Spirit wants to talk a little bit about that. Oh shit, the Six of Swords is here. It is here. Okay, all right. So this is kind of saying like Spirit wants you to know that you are moving away from difficulty. Maybe regarding the situation, because this card does talk about friendship here. The Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups are a lot like friendship and signifying like the friends that we have or that we make in this life. So it's actually really interested. Ray, no, the list is not closed. We're just doing last call right now. So, Lorraine, kind of like what I'm getting to a little bit of is that right now is like a pivotal point in your life where the decisions that you make matter so much, because the decisions that you are making right now in this point of your life are determining your path. And like there is a specific chosen path or desired, I guess, reality that you're working towards, and Spirit is saying like a left turn, a right turn, the wrong turn can lead you completely somewhere different. And it doesn't mean that you can't find your way back, but right now it's almost like you're standing here and you have all these different options and all these different decisions that you make right now, that these roads can bring you back. But if you just stay where you are, make the right decisions, you can get there a lot faster if you stay on the road ahead. So Spirit's kind of saying like, just be very mindful. Okay, Ray, be very mindful of like the decisions you're making right now, because more than ever they are important. And a big thing they're saying is that even if you feel sadness or nostalgia or disappointment that things didn't work out the way that they should have, if you're feeling a sense of relief, that is a big indicator that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you feel relieved, like if you feel like, you know, it sucks, this isn't what I wanted to do, you know, it does make me sad, it does make me feel a bit like bitter, but it is bittersweet, or I do feel relief. You know, I do feel like so much better because I made this decision. That is what you need to be chasing, like that feeling. I had said earlier, I think it was to Blooming Soul, that I had heard that divine guidance is clarity, and if you're feeling confusion about anything, like if someone's making you feel confused or someone's putting you through anguish that's not for you, that's not divinely given to you. So if a relationship with a romantic partner or a relationship with a friend or a job or anything like that is making you feel very confused, uncomfortable, like almost like this impending doom feeling or frustration, that is not for you, because God is only going to give you clarity. God is not going to give you confusion. So just keep that in mind, that if you're confused, it's typically not something you're supposed to keep on with or keep in your life. If you're feeling like your body's basically saying, get yourself out of this situation. You know what I mean? So I think that that's important for you to know. It's like another message here. I think there's a reminder here to embrace opportunities for growth and adventure without fear if you can do that. What else? What else? All right, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. Something else they're kind of saying that might bring fulfillment to you, which you may want to do more of, is to help other people, to serve other people. I know that you're also a reader, and I think that's a great way to be of service to others. And Spirit is kind of saying that, like, by doing this, you might also be supporting yourself. And I personally feel that way a lot of the time, that I'm just like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe not fully, maybe I'm not supposed to do this all the time, but this is definitely like a life purpose of mine because it makes me feel so good. And when I'm not doing readings, when I go too long without doing readings, I start feeling stagnant. And so I think also keeping in mind that it's okay for you to put the energy on other things that help other people and not necessarily have to constantly worry about yourself. I heard something the other day, I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, and it was yesterday, and it was saying that if you care a lot about other people, you never have to worry about yourself. Because if you're constantly worried about others, those people that you're worrying about will also be worried about you. And so basically you get what you give kind of thing. And so maybe that's something that you need to hear. I do feel like you're bringing in balance into your life, and so you're getting like an applause or like a pat on the back from Spirit. I also feel like they want you to know that you're gaining wisdom, that you're getting wiser as well. And so in summary, make sure that you are focusing on that inner guidance and inner wisdom that you have. So that way you can, I guess, navigate through things the appropriate way. Let me know if you have any questions about that. I think your strength right now, Lorraine, is adapting to new situations and relying on your intuition or inner wisdom. Because you're kind of going, okay, that's not working for me, I'm going to move on. And I think that that is actually such a spiritually evolved way to look at things. You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming in here. All right, Ray, you are next. I see you donated for a mini. So go ahead and post your question. Okay, Ray, I got you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Linnell. Oh, it's a woman. Okay. Interesting. Trying to like tap into this energy of this person. It's like almost giving like Karen energy. Like I want to speak to the manager vibes. I'm trying to like understand it. Why is Linnell bothering Ray? Why is Linnell bothering Ray? Why is Linnell bothering? What the hell? Ten of Swords and the Devil. I just don't feel like this person's got good energy. Backstabbing. Jesus. I'm getting like this person's like, I guess maybe attacks on you or bothering you is causing you, like their actions are causing like distress for you, or like they're just uncomfortable and unbearable to deal with. I feel almost like she's targeting you. I'm not gonna lie, like with the Ten of Swords and the Devil energy, it's like this person has a vendetta. This person is like just like targeting you. I don't know if it's because they just don't like you as a person, if you did something to them that like, I don't know, I'm getting like negative toxic qualities. I almost get like, oh, that's good. I'm so happy that you're not distressed about it. But maybe that was a strong word. Obviously it is affecting you, right? And not a not so positive way. But I am glad to hear that you're not distressed. That makes me feel good. I almost feel like this person's actions are impulsive. Like I almost feel like there's like microaggressions or something, and like this person just acts how they feel. They don't think things through. They don't like, they're not mindful of like how what they're doing could affect other people. So she must be taking things personally then. But regardless, I do feel like, I feel like though there's not a real reason. Obviously something you've done has offended her, because we do have like the uh, betrayal, backstabbing, bitching, bad mouthing, bitterness towards you, etc., etc., etc. And so I feel like she is taking this personally. But I feel almost like she's reacting in such a poor way because she is generally a toxic person. And I feel like she's almost like impulsively acting because she doesn't know how to handle herself and regulate her own emotions. I almost feel, because remember her earlier before that, like I had said, like she's got a vendetta. So obviously, like I felt like there was this feeling of revenge here, of like needing to get back at you or make you feel the way that she felt. You know, some people just don't handle rejection very well. To be completely honest with you, it has nothing to do with you as a person. This is her problem. This is something that she deals with that bothers her down to her core, and she can't handle it. If people don't like me, I don't give a fuck. Like, if people don't like me, like, that's on you. You're missing out. You know, that's like the energy that you have. But when you're self-conscious or insecure, which is very possible that like that's how she is, because she's coming through very like immature, like very immature mindset. I do feel like when you're dealing with people like that, they're insecure, they don't take that rejection very well. I think it's in your best interest, Ray, to keep setting boundaries. And as I think earlier you had said, you were seeking out support to protect your well being. You said that you've gotten some other people involved. And I think that was the best thing for you to do. Spirit is saying, like, keep those boundaries set and seek support if necessary, because like it's almost like she is bad mouthing or saying, it's almost like she's trying to create like a negative perspective of you, or projection of you onto other people. So it's like she didn't get what she wanted. She was offended by your response, and therefore she's like, oh, well, she's just a horrible person. Like, no, Sue or Linnell, whatever the fuck your name is, sometimes people just don't want to be your friend. Like, and that's okay. You have to deal with that. You have to learn how to handle that in an appropriate way. But it's a little catty, it's a little petty, it's a little immature. The main thing that was coming through was feeling betrayed and having a vendetta. And so I think that we can kind of put the puzzle pieces together there. That this really doesn't have to do with you specifically. This has to do with how she felt about your actions, about how your actions made her feel. But this is herself. Like, this is an issue internally within her own well being. So I definitely think keeping your distance is important here. When the devil comes through, when you're talking about what you're dealing with another person, and also the Ten of Swords indicates like you can't trust this person. This is not a good person to necessarily be around. And I do feel like the more involved you get with this person, the more you're stoking the fire, and it's just going to make matters worse. My hope is that by you keeping your distance, this will essentially distinguish any issues that you have, because eventually she's not getting a rise out of you. She's not getting a reaction out of you. She's not getting the tea or the gossip from you. So therefore she kind of gets bored of it and moves on. And I think that's probably the best approach. And I am sorry you're going through that. That's like really annoying for you, and also really like undeserving. Like, you know what I mean? You don't deserve for that to happen to you. It's very unwarranted. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Ray. I hope things resolve there soon for you. Let me know if you have any questions about that, okay? All right, guys, I think I am going to go ahead and run. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run. I'm gonna eat some dinner and stuff. Yeah, the pastor will correct her. I think that's for the best. Let other people fight your battles right now. Spirit said the best advice right now is seeking other people to support you and protect your reputation and your well-being. That actually was the word I was looking for earlier, was reputation. Because I feel almost like she's trying to tarnish your name or who you are and like how other people perceive you. So yeah, let other people. Oh, will the pastor correct her? Let's see. Will the pastor correct her? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I thought you said yes, the pastor will correct her. Will the pastor correct her? Please show me a yes or a no. Interesting. I am getting a maybe. I think overall it's going to end okay. This is the bottom of the deck energy, 10 of cups. It might take more than one person. So maybe not just this person alone, maybe not the pastor alone, maybe a bunch of people kind of putting her in her place will be what ends up giving you that happy ending that you're looking for here. All she cares about is her image, and all she cares about is tearing yours down. Yeah, so she's trying to tarnish your name or your reputation, your image, exactly. All right, friends, that is where I'm going to leave it. I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your night, and you will for sure see me tomorrow so we can continue on these readings. Mañana, I think, is that the right word? Mañana? I don't know. I think so. All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, Ray. Have a good night.